stopped my internet. So I'm logging back in again. Reconnect to my internet. There's been some beer. It's a little cold today. Karl's making a fire. He's off the toilet and he's making a fire. No methane was used. Or was it?
What? Methane?
Methane to make your fire.
Not directly. I guess they will produce a song.
Methane to make your fire. Ah. Okay. There we go. Now I got it. Now I can see the prep because there's some fun chat. So Albert sent you a video, some pictures just before we started. So you have to talk about the beer that he got or what he showed you. Torben says, "Good morning, mortals." I guess he's feeling better now. They were supposed to have a Warhammer date, but Karl had a sore throat and Torben had, I think they had fevers going on in his house too. So, but you got a little bit better now. It's amazing what some ginger Kosken. Jesus. Karl started a fire and the cats are like, "Yay!" Here, you're gonna jump over the cords.
Fuzzy.
No, he just got fuzzy on the back. We have a case of the cats.
No, the bear picture.
Just boom. That was the boy cat.
The bear picture that Albert sent. I'm not sure if that's a
Beer.
bear or a
Not
crime
a bear, a
against humanity.
beer. He sent you a beer.
It's when I don't like citrus in my beer. I
Yeah?
obviously don't want pastries there either. I will absolutely try it if we manage to find it on our local Vinmonopolet.
So was this the Sticky Toffee Pudding Imperial Pastry Stout, 12%?
Yeah,
That's what it was? Okay.
that sounds
So,
absolutely
he brought you, he says,
horrible.
"My drink today is Sticky Toffee Pudding Imperial Pastry Stout, 12%. What a long name for a beer." And then, but he says it tastes like the name too. And then Torben chimes in, "The longer the name, the bigger the man bun." He's not wrong. That was well put. My drink of the evening, Torben, is Julebrus from Larum. Any comments about that? He might be still
No,
sick.
I mentioned before that people generally has a kind of a very sentimental relationship to their local julebrus, and Larum is Sogndal.
Ah, okay. And does it taste with or without gin? I'm just wondering, because he usually has gin.
You wouldn't put gin in that.
No, I think that would be, vodka would be good though. And then Audra's here. She said they poured new wine into a delicious, into new large.
God, the cats are being hyper.
That's the other two that are playing right now. She said, let's see, we poured, there they go again. We poured, I'd try to film it, but they're just too fast. New wine into new large glass bottle, new berry wine, and it's delicious. And then Torben was asking about which berries. Cherry and strawberry, writes Audra. Sounds for good vibe. Sounds perfect for good wine. Any chance of the percentage? And then he yells at me for throwing you under the bus, saying, "Let the man poop in peace." Or it's his place of serenity. Then, yeah, Audra, I forgot where she wrote it anyway about the percentage. She says, "There's no idea of the percentage. We just use wine yeast and the magic happens for itself." But I have to say, there's a reason I'm drinking Audra's wine. This has been lasting me for a good 2 weeks now. In a wine glass this size. Because it's really strong. But it's so good. This is her Aronia wine, so I'm going to finish it now. I've been working on it a little bit every day for like the past couple weeks. And it doesn't go bad. It just keeps because it's got some kick to it. Oops, I spilled a little bit. That's sacrilege. There. Ta-da. Okay. It's weird though. It's only the first couple sips where you do this. And then after that, you're like, pour another. Okay. Karl has some food to make now that he's just made a kitty calming fire. What kind of food? Do you want to show your food here? He disappeared. It's been a really good week for the Northern Lights. I know this because my Facebook is plastered with pictures from the Northern Lights, so naturally I had to jump on the bandwagon and post an obligatory picture because I was pretty much the only one that didn't post it. But the sky was all purple. There were people running everywhere, but it was really cool. So I looked outside just before today. You can't see it so well with the naked eye, but if you look, there's like a green hue. So I don't think we have the Northern Lights out today, but I didn't realize the sky was as purple as it was until I shut off all the lights and put the camera on it. The new iPhones really do pick up a lot of the newer iPhones really do pick up a lot of the light. So no additional alcohol in the wine. Oh, hey, haha. I got bragging rights here, by the way, too. They're talking about how cold is it? How cold was it today? I can look it up. Yr.no, yr.no is a good way to check the Norwegian temperature. Gudvangen. It says it is -9 right now, and it feels like -9, but we never know if they're measuring closer to the tunnel where it's warmer or if they're where they're measuring in Gudvangen, because the elevation is... We're down at the water, but anyway, what does it feel like to you today?
It was very cold today.
It's really cold today, yeah.
I don't really understand why you are complaining.
Because I'm sitting still in the hallway and you guys don't shut the damn doors.
We are sitting indoors giggling at Polish people. We are outside working.
The Polish people were funny. No, it's cold when you're trying to type on a computer and you're just sitting still, not doing anything, and people leave the doors open, so it actually, the temperature in the building is not very much. And then, but at least you guys are outside moving around a bit. That helps. But in your woolly clothing, I stupidly didn't come dressed enough for this. Karl is going to show his beer. But anyway, before I get any further, there's a reason I was asking about the temperature, because Katie Erickson, she knows what it's like to be Minnesotan, because she is. We have to break. The only thing we have to talk about there is how cold it is, and we own that sucker like nobody's business. She says, hello from northern Minnesota, where there's, actually, if it was a Walker, Minnesota you're from, because you're pretty much on the border of Canada, where the trees crack and their bark goes a-flying. And she said, Karin, Duluth got second place at -57. That's Fahrenheit. But yeah, I was telling you, this is the time of year it goes to -40. -40 Fahrenheit is the same as -40 Celsius. But -57 Fahrenheit, I have to check that up. Is -49.5. That half is very important, like I said, because we wear their... It's a badge of honor.
I met a man from St. Paul today.
Yeah?
The axe target is frozen, so it's very difficult to get access to stick.
Yeah?
But he landed one on his first attempt, and his wife says with her voice full of disgust, "Now look at the Minnesotan."
Because Minnesota lumberjacks, too. No, but he knows how to do that in the cold. She says, Walker came in at 17th place with a paltry -51. The only reason Duluth would beat Walker is Walker is because Duluth is on the lake. And Walker is in the woods a bit. But it's, yeah, right up there on Canada. The cutest little small town. Downtown area, if you could call it that. Okay, show us your beer, because I know you want beer, and there's beer people waiting. Now, Robert said he was sorry he missed the the finger. What do you have now?
Well, I suspect might be where the bishop's fingers has been.
The bishop's finger has been. I'm going to turn it around so we can see it properly. We'll look at the keyboard here. There, hand it to me. Oops, got to turn. I suck at this. The Old Crafty Hen. The bishop's finger has been in the Old Crafty Hen. It's oak-aged strong ale, 6.5%, so he should be fine. Nothing on a Saturday for him. There. We take our legendary 5 times strong ale. Is it 5 times? Yeah. 5 times strong ale. Aged, there's some shadowing going on here. Aged gently in oak vats for many months and blend it with old speckled hen to create this masterpiece. You're going to have a masterpiece. A perfectly crafted premium ale bursting with malt, toffee, and dried fruit notes. Enjoy responsibly. And it shows a picture of a pregnant woman with that beer. Yeah, anyway, but we found out this was Suffolk, England. Here you go.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Fruity toffee thing.
Apparently
doesn't
you and
sound
Albert are having
super-
toffee.
Doesn't sound super appealing, but let's see.
Oh, feck! Good choice, says Robert. We're really making the Scotsman happy this month. Is it good? Ah, Osman is here too.
Does smell like bear.
Skål. With my tea. You gotta have tea and the world's smallest glass of wine. Strong wine, but... This, because it's cold, but now that I'm warmed up, I can have another sip of this. Probably should have them back to back. Okay.
The smell makes
Look
me
at the head on
less
that
than
thing.
convinced.
It looks darker in your glass than it does in the bottle. Oh, maybe it's the same. Okay.
It's a lighting thing, I think. I think this is
It's the lighting thing.
pretty light bear.
All right. Robert says it's good, so you know if you say anything less now, you're gonna make him look bad.
Well, people can have different tastes without either of them being horribly wrong, but
I heard the Englishman and the Scotsman trying to agree on stuff when they were in the village. It didn't go so well.
yeah,
What do you think?
it's definitely not my favorite, but it's drinkable.
It's drinkable, but not your favorite. Is that like trying not to insult his taste?
It's it kind of tastes like it should be stronger, if you understand what I mean.
Okay. Smells like beer.
Do you remember the ones we had last summer with the wax tops that turned out horrible?
Yeah, there was 2-in-1 stout, I think they called it.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is like a much milder version
No,
of that.
2-in-1 was Agar. This was something different. One of them said chocolate or something on it. But yeah, they had like this the wax dripping down the side of the yeah.
This reminds me of that, but this is much more drinkable.
Is it? Okay. And you didn't like that one. Didn't you give it away?
I ended up giving it away. It was super strong. It was like 15%.
So is this the toffee thing that they described? Because you said, what did you say about Albert's when you read his? You said
Pastry.
it looked like pastry?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because of the toffee thing. And
No, it was pudding.
the pudding thing. You got the hiccups now, too.
No, I'm trying to cough or not to cough.
Oh,
That's
all
the
right
question.
then. Better drink. No, okay. Not for kids, says Raymond. Well, of course. Is Karl sporting a man bun today? No, he just needs to comb his hair. Turn. A little bit more this way. There. It just needs to be combed. So yeah, he's sporting a man bun today.
Or hønserav, as we would call it in Norwegian.
A what?
Hønserav.
A chicken's ass?
Yep.
Okay, he's
If
got
your
a...
hair is messed up in the back, we call it hønserav.
I'm wearing a bun, but mine keeps falling out because I forgot to...
And that is the much more polite alternative to something else we also call it, but that's mostly on girls.
Alex says, I wish I could see my cat. Okay, let's find it. Let's find him.
Silly scared him under there.
No, he's under Gambison. Hi. Oh, you do have... He is tearing up a little bit in the eyes. Yeah. We'll keep an eye on him. I think he just misses Alex. I wish I could see my cat, she says. I wish I could have a free bag of chips. She showed me a TikTok thing. Anyway, so now it's I wish. She says, I'm dying here in minus... How cold is it there, Audra?
You saw what happened
Fuzzy.
immediately when you took him off the Gamberson.
Yeah? Oh, yeah, Zilly went and took the Gamberson. He's so cute. He says, hi, Alex. Okay, I have to give him to Karl because he doesn't like me as much as Karl.
Hey, buddy.
There you go. See? And he'll be... Oh.
Oh.
He's
He
going to go
wants
take his
his,
spot back on the
position
Gamberson.
back.
Is that the... You had me sitting on the bottle cap. That does not feel good under my butt.
How did it get under
He's
you?
so fluffy!
Oh, when you went to get the cat.
Yeah, when I went to get the cat, it probably fell under there. Okay, gotta catch up a little bit. Robert says, the normal old speckled hen is very drinkable, but it sneaks up on you. You go from sober to tipsy in a very short space of time. Are you feeling tipsy yet?
No, it has this metallic-like taste.
Yeah? It wasn't in a can, so it can't be that. But now, what's the difference between the normal old crafty hen and the oak-aged strong ale old crafty hen?
Apparently, they've taken the speckled hen and mixed it with something else in an oak barrel and then kind of forgot about it.
Ah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, and blend it with... I was reading that they actually took an old speckled hen and chucked it in there.
They're not Mexicans.
No? Are we picking on Mexico today?
Well, they do put larvae in their tequila. So...
Yeah, they do. Because if you're a real man, you can eat the worm.
Of course you can. The question is why you would.
Because it's soaked in tequila. Tequila. Yeah, I don't like tequila. No, but there it says, and blend it with old speckled hen. Wait, no. We take our legendary 5 times strong ale, aged gently in oak vats for many months, and then blend it with the old speckled hen to create this masterpiece. But is it sneaking up on your ass yet? I'm going to check in every 5 seconds until I find out. Okay. That's the last of your Vinmonopolet beer.
Yeah.
You're going to run into an issue now. What are you going to do? You don't have any more strong beer.
Well, either we go to Vinmonopolet. We have to try the Albert beer at some point.
Yeah, that's right.
Or we just go through Joker again and see if they have something now that we haven't tried before.
No, that's true. Otherwise, you'll have to have
They have some...
Koskenkorva ginger vodka.
They have some utterly uninteresting alternatives that I haven't tried, but they are so uninteresting that I would be embarrassed to drink them.
Okay. That could be, well, all right, we'll see what there is. If he has to drink a bad beer, we'll just bring him a puke bucket and see how he does with the citrusy shit. I saw the Aloha one had a cousin in there. We haven't tried.
I think we can...
it was like a pineapple...
I think based on earlier episodes of YouTube, we can draw the conclusion now pretty heavily.
Yeah.
That there is no citrus beer that actually tastes like beer or is drinkable.
It's like
or
drinking
isn't
Lysol.
an insult to beer.
Torben says, I can bring you some farm-made cider, Karl.
I can drink cider if I have to.
But farm-made cider.
I can drink cider if I have to. It doesn't matter if it's made on the moon.
Well, it might. You never know. Audra says, the sun is not helping here. It shines, but not warming it. We were just noticing that the sun should be back in about a month today because it's coming lower down on the mountains now. It's starting the sun, it reflects on the mountains, but because of the mountains, we don't get it. But you can see that when the sun is higher in the sky, the shadow comes down and down. So it's like getting a little closer now, but we're about a month away, I think.
Hey, buddy.
Figure around the kid's birthday, around Valentine's Day is when it happens. Famous last words. Karl, says Torben.
What is famous last
The
words?
farm-made one.
Ah.
There's a fuzzy. There he is. He says hi. Robert says, nope to cider. I love everything else made with apples. Hate cider. I think cider's... Oh, where's the food? Annette wants you to eat before you drink anymore. Microwave Iron Chef. You found one today, though. You found another Norwegian one. Moose patties. It's El Carbonado.
But unless something mysterious happens, this is the last one that is even vaguely Norwegian of what I have of...
But fret not, we found Norwegian canned food.
You did.
Mine are more cooking. All you have to do is throw it in a pot and stir. You could technically nuke it, though. You just put a lid on it before you blow up the microwave, but yeah.
Yeah, I can technically nuke anything.
Just take it out of the can.
It's just not what you're supposed to do with these things.
Okay, go get your box.
Where is my box?
Oh, it's in the counter where the kitchen is, where all the food goes.
Mm.
Yeah, that's where the food lives.
Because I have to take it out of the kitchen. It was maybe
Now
not
we
the
find
best
out if
idea
it
to
hit
put
him.
it in the kitchen to begin with.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Careful. You knock my computer over. Now we see if Karl is tipsy or not. Did it sneak up on you yet?
I'm slightly buzzed, but not seriously.
He says he's slightly buzzed, but not seriously. All right. waiting in on bated breath anticipation. This is Elge carbonade. This one's actually pretty good, except for the water. The mashed potatoes that comes with it kind of tastes like water, or cardboard paste. There you go. I'll turn it around for you so you can see. So Karl, the microwave chef, iron microwave chef, because iron and microwaves go hand in hand, is making Elge carbonade, traditionella Elge carbonade i viltsaus med potetmos och tyttebärsyltetøy. It is moose patties. Elg is like elk, it's moose. And then carbonade is the types of patties. Traditional moose patties in wild sauce, which is game sauce, I would say, with mashed potatoes and lingonberry. Tyttebär is lingonberry. Yeah, lingonberry jelly. That's the red stuff.
Yeah. And carbonade is like a köttkaka, but flatter and smaller.
So if you remember shirtcocker from the previous ones.
It's wider, but more narrow.
They're closer to a hamburger patty, but not there yet.
It's about the same amount of meat as in köttkaka, but it's more squished.
I'm pretty sure you don't get the green leaves in this one, but moose patties equals roadkill, says Torben. He's not wrong. No, actually, this one's not too bad. And it's got protein. It says traditional Norwegian food, norsk tradisjonsmat. Service for one. Okay, then he's let's see, I'll turn the phone. Then he's off to do his thing. And me, I didn't eat enough before my coffee kicked in, so I'm having bread with cheese and cucumber. And on a plank. What is this with Norwegians? I don't think we do this in the United States, but maybe I'm wrong. For one, we have an open-faced sandwich here, which I don't think we do in the United States. I think it has to have 2 pieces of bread. It's like a rule. No. You can cut it in half and just eat a triangle, but...
Open-faced sandwiches are pretty normal. Eating on a wood plank is not a Norwegian thing. But I do think it's actually a Swedish thing.
Maybe it's from Sweden, yeah, because they sell them all over the place here. But yeah, maybe I went to Sweden before Norway, so that might have been where I learned it.
Swedish are also very fond of their wooden butter knives.
Mm-hmm.
So normally when they serve butter, you have a brick of butter on the table, and then you have a wooden knife to scoop it with instead of the typical Norwegian metal knife.
Yeah.
Because the Swedish are should under no circumstances whatsoever be armed.
Alrighty then. So wooden butter knives in Sweden because they shouldn't be armed. I'm so sorry, Lucas and Radisby and whoever else is watching. And Jarlsberg cheese because it's Norway. Anyway, no. And it's on a carrot bread. And it's weird. It's called carrot bread. There's little flakes of carrot in it. It doesn't taste like carrot cake or anything like that. I don't even taste the carrot. But they put them in there.
Oh my god! It comes in a tin.
It's what?
It comes in one of these. I was expecting bags like on the other.
No, it comes. Come here. I'll show you what he's saying. He kind of he freaked out over there. I think it's because of the old hen, to be honest. He says, oh my god, it came in a tin. It's not a tin, it's plastic. But he thought it was going to be the sous vide bags like the last one. But I do have to point out something that is actually true. This has happened. You do need to take the plastic packet of jelly out of the container before you put it in the microwave. Why do we do this, Karl?
Because then Karl doesn't have to spend 3 hours washing the microwave.
Karl doesn't have to spend 3 hours watching the microwave. It looked like, I don't know, it looked like a horror movie.
That was another thing, but I just made a tiny hole in the thing because I thought it was supposed to be heated with the rest of it. So I ended up basically pressure cooking it inside the plastic bag, so you had this, and as it rotates, you have this even stream of jam that just shoots out and paints the microwave on the inside. It was a spectacular sight, but it wasn't worth the work. No.
So now we take the bag out of the container.
Yes, we do.
Sometimes they just shouldn't have to write everything. But who eats hot tyttebär jelly? Hot lingen jelly. You don't eat hot lingen jelly. It's always cold in a jar or a dish on the table.
An actual thing that is supposed to go in the microwave.
Did they not write it in the instructions? Please remove it.
It needs the fucking small print.
Apparently not. Pose med tyttebärsyltetøy skal ikke varmes. The little bag of lingonberry jam shall not be warmed. So the foil has to be opened enough that you can get the jelly out.
I know that now.
RTFM, man. Read the fucking manual. It was really bad. It was like a scene from a horror film in the microwave. Anyways, that's what happens if you don't do that. But the food looks good. Actually, for a microwavable food, this one's actually one of my favorites. So I'm always excited when this one goes half price. He paid full price for it today, but that's okay. I have leftovers from tomato soup from yesterday. Raymond knows about the carrot bread. He wants. It looks like. Let's see if I can do this. Looks like that. You can see little flecks of carrot in it. But of course Raymond would like it because he's a bunny man. Bunnies like carrots. No, it's good. My kids actually wanted to try it once for the first time I saw it in the stores. And actually like it. It's got a little bit of a nutty taste to it. They're laughing at you. Raymond says, yep, even I know the word ikke means don't. Nolvio writes, too long. Was it too long? Didn't respond? Yeah. On the package, was it too long that you didn't read?
I don't normally read that because it's just how many minutes does it go in the fucking thing.
And you actually read how many minutes does it go in the fucking thing, or do you just put it in and just think all of them are the same?
Oh no, I'm super fanatic about reading the minutes.
Oh, he's fanatic about reading the minutes.
But if there is, please remove a hand grenade before frying the fucker. I don't usually read that.
Please remove the hand grenade before frying the fucker. He says that he doesn't read that. How about pull the pin before or throw after pulling the... Yeah.
Remove the pin and throw it away and hold on to the hand grenade.
Yeah, remove the pin and throw it away, but hold on to the hand grenade. That's exactly what he did to the microwave. Lindsay's here. She says, pears from Hardanger stewed in lingonberry syrup with cinnamon and sometimes cardamom. That would be so good. That sounds good. I don't even like berries, but lingonberry, I actually like the use of this. But I would eat it the same way with this. We have, in the United States, when you have turkey, you always have yams, or not yams, but what's it called? Shit, I just remembered anyway. But you always have this red jelly kind of stuff with it. And I used to... Cranberries, you would have that with it. And I didn't used to eat it. But now I will have cranberries and lingonberries pretty similar in flavor with meat. But only with meat.
Red things, no.
No, just a little bit of it with meat. If there's no meat, I'm not touching the red thing. But yeah, cranberry and lingonberries are pretty similar in flavor.
If I can give some free advertisement to...
Okay, sit down and do your free advertisement to the green coffee. This is a luxury item in the United States and in Norway, and something Karl is extremely addicted to. It is ice... I have to show it the correct way. Sorry, I keep forgetting about the mirror thing. There. This is Karl's medicine. Actually, Tina, we found out we can get that in Sweden, but we didn't find it in England. It's not in Poland. So it's obviously just Scandinavian.
Why the hell was that in Sweden?
I don't know, just in case Tina was sold more places. But Tina is Maieri, it's a dairy, anyway, company. Cafe goes to Iscafé Brasiliano, and it has 3 of 5 coffee beans, which, by the way, nothing they make exceeds more than 3 coffee beans, but most of them are around 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, there's your box of coffee. Explain.
These have been gone from October to...
They can't keep them in stock.
The 25th of December, maybe?
In all of Norway, too, not just Gudvangen. All of Norway.
Then it was back from the 25th of December to maybe the 15th of January. And then it was gone again. And now, finally, I see them in the store again. Mm-hmm. And I was I'm a little bit sick. I'm going back to work after having 2 days off. So I'm not in a perfect mood until I see this on the shelf.
His face just lit up. And the store shop guy was like, because he had been sweating buckets trying to get it in, because every time he sees Karl with a mediocre orange version, he just gets so guilty, like, because he couldn't keep it in stock, and he feels like he made an ordering flaw.
And apparently, Tina Maieri are the people who make this. their machine was out of order.
Or something, but this has happened before.
No, this is what he said. That
okay.
the machine was out of order. And then he thought I had it under control when it came back in late December, but then he tried to order more of it, and he couldn't, and then it just disappeared again, and now it's back. So, if anybody here works for Tine Meierier, take very good care of the machine that makes this thing. Because I don't really work without it.
No, it's true. But the funny thing, too, is he tried to order twice as many as he normally did.
More than that.
Because of Karl. Karl buys these 12 at a time.
Yeah, he didn't.
A day.
He didn't used to take them in at all until I told him to.
Oh, yeah.
But he normally ordered, the standard order is 2 cartons of every delivery. But because he didn't trust the machine to work, he ordered 5, but I only gave him 2 because they don't trust the machine either.
Meanwhile, some store in Norway is going, they just don't have it in. I don't know why. Because Karl Ordal and Gudvangen is drinking it all.
It's like with give us an access.
Oh, yeah? The axes, yeah, they break constantly.
Yes, so we buy every axe in Norway.
We bought every axe in Germany, too, actually.
Yeah, I don't think we have
axe
emptied,
handles.
I don't think we have emptied Germany completely, but we have emptied Norway completely.
We've emptied Norway completely with the wooden axes, yeah. Because we throw them, so they break. Anyway, and we absolutely cannot use rubber axes, and we cannot use the plastic ones, because even the plastic ones, we tried it just once and it went like this right over a fence.
You did when we tried the rubber handles.
Yeah, they bounce like mad.
That was extreme sports.
Okay.
The axes come back with about the same force as you throw them in the first place.
Yeah.
And I often have curious on axe throwing that are worried that the axes might bounce back, and I keep telling them that okay, they might bounce back a little bit, but they are going to land somewhere before your feet because they're not going to have the same energy when they come back as when you throw them. But with the rubber handles, the axes occasionally fly right over your shoulders.
Right.
They come back with seemingly more force than you threw them with. So you throw them at the target, and the target gets insulted and throws them back with higher force.
It bounced it like 10 meters up in the air and over the fence that's also 10 meters away.
Yeah. And when something goes over the fence, that's really scary because the people out there are absolutely not prepared for flying axes.
No, they're just sitting there having a lunch. Okay. Nolvia wants to know what Karl is screaming about. What is Karla screaming about, Karl?
I'm trying to get a grip on her cyclus. And now I've been counting, and we have had, up until yesterday when she started screaming, we've had 8 days of nice cat. So now I think we are going to have 6 or 7 days of screaming cat. And then we are going to have a couple of days of running cat. And then we are going to have another 8 days of nice cat. I think that's the cyclus.
No, she's also starting to mark territory again.
Yeah, that's great.
That's not great. Okay, nope, she still needs to be fixed, but time. Okay. Pears from Hardanger sounds yummy. Oh, that does sound really good, actually. Robert says I've tried cranberries in my oats. That would actually be pretty good, I think. And I don't know if I'd eat I don't like raisins, so I used to, but not anymore. 2/4 of the way done with the patch, says Albert on his, I gotta look further up because we're crafting 2 today. Not just dealing with Karl's problems. Yeah, it was 6.5%, by the way, the crafty old hen. It was, yeah, Raymond was asking. So it was rather mild for Karl anyway. Let's see, you want me to try to get axe handles in Poland? I think we've upped the limit that they carry in the stores here, at least. So maybe they're ordering in more. They probably originally come from Poland or Germany.
No, are really good, so I might last a little bit longer.
Yeah, I need to get the ordering information. He says the ones we have now are pretty good, so they might last a little bit longer. I might need to get the ordering information on that because I haven't been the one ordering them lately. That reminds me, would the Vikings have used hurlbats? Oh. I will have him. I'll get him when he comes and sits down. Okay, good. It's good that you have Viking questions for Karl because we've been less Viking and more Nalbinding and complete crazy lately. Karl is sitting nicely. And thirdly, what is not the common practice way to... Why is it not common practice to spay cats like Karl? Actually, I think it is. At least mine were fixed, but they're boys, quite quickly. But this one, his father, we've inherited this cat from his father. And she is not fixed because his father had issues with the previous cat that got spayed. I'll let him tell that story. Okay, I gotta go way back up at the top, though. There's more. Let's see. Oh! Torben's magnets have arrived. Which magnets? I have to look. Oh, the magnets for your figures. They were going to play Warhammer today, but they both got... Or, yes, Thursday, but they both got sore throats. And what do you use them for? And the weapon... What do you use them for? Asked Albert. The weapons or the bases? He uses them on the bases so they stay in my new cabinet. Oh, okay. I saw he has a player camera where you can adjust the shelf heights, too. Greg, when he was making them, he would put them on the arm pieces because when you would get these kits that you cut them apart and you know, these little pieces off of a tray and you put them together and you make a figure and then you paint them. But you can customize theirs. So maybe the one with the same body might have a couple of different arm versions. Each arm is holding a different weapon and you choose which one that it wants to. But Greg didn't want to make decisions, so he decided to use little magnets so he could attach a different arm on, because now he suddenly decides that this orc or whatever wants to wield this weapon instead. What characters did Greg have? It was Storm something, or they were humans? Karl?
Greg has... well, he has two things. He has the Imperial Knights. The Grey Knights.
And the Grey Knights. Okay, yeah, that's the ones he was using the magnets to adjust arms. But Torben is using him on the bases so that they will stick into his cabinets. That's a good idea. Okay, and... Max is, let's see, doing okay, just had a migraine. Ugh, I almost got one today, but it stayed away, which is good because then I can have more of Audra's wine. With the percentage we don't measure, apparently. But strong. Let's see. Karl clearly needs more fiber in his diet. Oh, yeah. But he's having a moose today, so that'll be good. There we go. Duluth was cold. Walker was its 17th place with minus 51. I hear they're getting a big snowstorm now in the southern states, too. So they all can feel like what it's to be a Minnesotan. Lindsay's got 29 degrees Fahrenheit in Dallas, so she hasn't quite gotten hit yet, but you will. I saw it. It looks like this big red mass coming at you on the map and the news channels. Some other things I shouldn't read, but you can read the chat anyway. Yeah, it's chilly here in Glasgow, says Robert, and quite a temperature drop this afternoon. Yeah, everybody, it just got colder and colder today. Raymond says it's very hot down here, around 42 degrees Celsius. That's because it's summer where you are. I see why your Australians are coming here in the winter, though, because they escaped 42 degrees. Karl, you had some questions here, by the way. Mm-hmm. And there was my kid looking to see her cat. Heidi Lee set this here. Hi, son, she says. And let's see. There's lots to look through. Amaro is here in Belgium. She said that nice sunny day around 10 degrees. That sounds like luxury today. Plus 10. Holy crap. Is Karl sporting a man bun? Nope, we found that out. It was just a chicken hairdo. Alfalfa from the Little Rascals. See, he used to have hair sticking straight up. Yeah, I like that. Troll-sized wine glass. That's actually a shot glass, but it's the wine I have. But anyway, for Audra's wine, you don't want to go bigger than that. Now I know why Audra's happy all the time. And I'm catching up a little bit more here. Nolvia is here from Huntington Beach. How cold is it where you are, Nolvia? Are you winning yet? I didn't see the cold mass getting to you guys, though. It looks like it stops and dumps everything in Texas. The wall art is not for kids. That's right. We bought the ocarinas back. And don't forget that wall art too up there, the Bollocks dagger, which, by the way, it might be. There's another one coming along the way. Okay, so this thing costs like 3 times to ship of what it costs for the item because you got it in the United States. The Bollocks dagger that Karl got last week, but we noticed that there is a crack. I don't know if you can see it there. It's right there. It goes from about there to there. There. If I take my fingers out of the way, maybe it'll focus on it. Anyway, so we wrote a claim for it because if you're going to pay this, $95 for... Yeah, there's a crack on that side too. It's on both sides. There. Right inside the left testicle. So if your shaft is a little cracked... Anyway, but that's from carving the wood when it wasn't completely dry, and then it'll crack. But yeah, no. So when you pay that much for one anyway, you file a claim, and they of course realize that it's going to cost a fuck ton of money to send it back. So they're happy with the pictures, and we'll send them a new one. So you will have 2 now. But it seems to be a misunderstanding. So I can't imagine that they're going to do it. But they're like, they send you a claim order, and in the claim order, it doesn't show just this one. But it shows another punch dagger too, so we might end up with 2 punch daggers. But there's nothing wrong with the punch dagger, so that you got. Yeah. Anyway, so we have a couple of pairs. The testicle collection is growing.
Maybe you should try if the green screen considers this to be human as well.
I can't do it. I have to have green screen planned before we go live. But okay, where's the food? Okay, Annette needs to see your food. All right, now Karl has this beautiful dish put in your lap there, so I can focus on it. There. Okay. Give us a tour of your dinner, Karl. Oops.
This is the mousse, apparently in brown sauce.
Wildsaus.
This is squished potatoes with the tyttebærsyltetøy. What did you call it?
Lingonberry jam. So yes, notice all the berries. Like in the picture where it was like more berry than sauce. This is all sauce, no berry. There's a couple lumps in there. And then the mashed potatoes are akin to frozen mashed potatoes in the United States when you get the TV dinners. I don't see frozen TV dinners in Norway.
This is as close as you get, I think.
I think so, yeah. I don't think I've ever seen them, but in the United States we had frozen dinners when I was a kid. But yeah, that's pretty much what the mashed potatoes taste like. But okay, your meat patty, Elga carbonata. Show the difference between... carbonata and a shirtkake, which is the other one.
Well, it's the size and the shape.
Yep.
Carbonara is more like a hamburger patty. So more like this. A shirtkake would be rounder and...
yeah, this is much flatter than the shirtkake.
Yeah.
So the shirtkake was like a big squished meatball, but not that squished.
Yeah.
And then the shirtball,
so
the
if you start
is...
out with the meatball that is considerably bigger than the Swedish one,
yeah,
and you squish it a little bit, you have a shirtkake, and you squish it a lot, and you have a carbonara.
But it does look almost the size of a normal carbonara that wasn't in the microwave.
Yeah. No,
Do they shrink when they're in the microwave?
No, why would I?
I don't know. Certain things shrink when they get colder, so I didn't know if it would do the same thing if it got hot. I'm talking about the wall art now.
Very, very few things shrink when they get warmer.
Oops. Let's see. There we go. All right, try your food. Let's see. Tasting. Will he survive? And then I have a couple Viking questions for you. Then I gotta do some Nalbinding.
Go ahead.
Yep. Okay. So I have to find it. It was further up. Oh yeah. Well, for one, tell this one because Carla's making so much noise. Why is it not common practice to spay cats in? But well, I shouldn't say in Norway, but I would assume. But it is, isn't it?
It is pretty much common practice. If you're not planning to breed the cat, at least, you would spay it. The thing is, this cat used to belong to my father. And his previous cat, when she was spayed, she got this... it didn't seem to bother her any, but she had this, like, extra skin under her belly that was kind of in the way. So he decided not to spay the new cat. So she is now 6 years old. She is used to be on the birth control pill. But the birth control pill is also not good for the cat. So,
and she's an indoor cat now, so...
We decided not to use it because she doesn't have any chance of getting pregnant when she hangs around with 2 eunuchs.
Oh, but she will be fixed. She
Yeah.
will get fixed. Yeah.
No, it's just a matter of time and money at the same time.
And location. We're about 40 minutes away by public transportation to the nearest vet, and the buses don't. Well, it's a full day event for us to take her to a one appointment.
Yeah.
So normally, when I had the cats fixed back in Vestby, anyway, that was a lunch break, but this one would be a whole day event. It's a little bit more than getting a nip and tuck on the balls, I guess.
Yeah, and it's a little bit more
Now they're
complicated with
playing.
girls, but it would be completely doable. We just need to have we need to have time and transportation and money.
It's a full day off. Yeah, and it's not cheap anymore either. Not that it ever was. Then you had another one here. Would the Vikings have used hurlbats?
Hurlbats.
Yeah, I was kind of curious what that is, but I'm looking it up. It's an axe, hurlbat throwing axe. Oh, yeah, this is something we were actually thinking about. Thinking we need to. We've been trying to convince our boss to go over because Lofoten uses something very similar to one of these. It's an all. Oh, I'll show you. Lofoten uses them, and we can see why, because they can take more damage. One like this, but it's all. Okay, this is just, I don't know what the hell that is, but anyway, it's something very simple like that, and that would mean that you could get it stuck there, and there in the target. So tourists love it because you really can't miss unless you throw it sideways or something. But yeah, anyway, that's what the hurlbats is. Would Vikings have used something like that, Karl?
Well, there are no finds of anything like that from the Viking Age, as far as I know.
Okay.
And
there's
also,
medieval hurlbat throwing, according to this page. Medieval hurlbat throwing axe, Wolfland. Now I have to look that up. Rabbit hole. Oh, it's something that somebody's trying to sell. So
Yeah.
whether it was medieval or not, that page isn't a good source. But yeah, it's not Viking, you said?
No, I said there were no finds of it.
No.
Because no matter how stupid something is, conclusively claiming that it is not Viking is something I would never do, because it might be. It's just that we have no finds.
Okay, according to Wikipedia, hurlbatte, and hurlbodde are documented as by-name English patent rolls as early as 1305 and are attested namely in Berkshire, Essex, and Hampshire, though the historical Essex and eastern Wessex, at least until early 15th century. That looks like about the earliest number on it, but then there's a whole bunch of facts and it keeps...
Is it a game or is it a weapon actually used?
It is a weapon of unclear original definition. Older reference works refers to it largely as a type of club, either held in the hand or thrown. Modern usage appears to be the type of throwing axe. 1911 Century Dictionary and Cyclopedia. What the heck is the difference between an encyclopedia and a cyclopedia? I have no idea. Anyway, this is another topic. Notes it to be a kind of club or cudgel, so called because whirled around the head, it does not appear that such a weapon was thrown. Thus, in the Middle Ages, the term referred to an aclis type spiked club attached to a string used for throwing and perhaps as a target in swordmanship training. After 1700, however, the meaning became quickly obscure, and even the hurlbat was imagined as a bludgeoning weapon that was swung, not thrown. So there's some different, yeah.
It's hard to say what it is if the confusion goes this deep.
So that was, no, the car thing is just, well, actually I haven't needed to get the car thing fixed yet because I don't travel back and forth from Oslo anymore. So it hasn't really been that important, except for things like this. It'd be kind of nice, but it would probably, well, when we were driving your father's car, it sat still long enough that it wouldn't start. So we had to make sure to start it every now and then. And then you have to drive it for a while to keep the battery charged. Let's see, I just missed it. There it is. She says it's a cross-shaped metal piece with points on all ends of it, and the axe-shaped one. Yeah. Oh, by the way, referring to the magnet on the Warhammer figures, Albert says Greg is smart on that. I'm doing it on the expensive way of having all the minis with all the different weapons. Do not recommend. That's something you were doing.
Yeah. No, because if it is too small,
Yeah.
if it's like what kind of weapon you attach to your orc boss, for instance, then the magnet thing is more complicated than to just have 2 orc bosses. I can understand it a little bit more with Imperial Knights, but still, I don't think I would do that.
No. You did a good job of it, though. These little teeny tiny magnets. Raymond says, I managed to walk right past the Warhammer store again this week. Do we have anything to say about that?
I wish I had your willpower.
Oh, and Nikki's here, by the way. Welcome back. Okay, anyway, if you got any more Viking questions for Karl, I might have missed them, but I'm flipping through. Oh, Karl, have you tried Todd's workshop daggers? He's in the UK.
I've seen a little bit of his YouTube. It's pretty good.
Is his name Todd's Workshop?
Yeah, the YouTube channel.
Only 1D, yeah. Torben says, I'm waiting for the damn postal service to bring my package from Outland. Slow working, that's the gaming store in Bergen and Oslo that my kids love. Slow working fools. It's been in transit for 10 days. Frickin' morons, the whole damn postal service. Torben is the mailman. Just saying. I guess so he is. He can say whatever he wants about it. Little known fact, I used to work for the post office as well for about 2 years. I did something called remote encoding. You get a little barcode at the bottom of your letters in the United States. I put that on there, but remotely. So they would scan like the image of a letter that they couldn't, that a computer couldn't read, or AI or whatever. At the time they didn't have AI. This is back when Princess Diana was killed. But we would see an image anyway on the screen of an address, and we would have to hand type in what it was, and it would put like a little digital mark on the bottom of it, and off it went to whichever way it needed to go. But now I don't know if they still have those anymore, or if they're really getting good at reading handwriting or what. But yeah, I don't see that here, but you'll see it on the American ones. You get like a zebra stripe on the bottom of your mail. And that's what I used to do for 2 years. So then I went to Norway. So much for going postal. Cyclopedia is an archaic term for encyclopedias, isn't it? I never heard that one before. Torben says, I thought you said Torben ship training. Torben ship training is what they thought I said.
You okay?
Okay. Well, there we're laughing anyway. Can we donate to Carla's Spay Fund? I was going to get her a microphone. What do you mean?
Now, we have the money. The problem is actually the time.
It's the time.
It's only 2,000 kroner to get the procedure done. But having time and transportation to us is
It's a full day off work. Maybe 2, yeah.
Well, we can do it on our days off, but then we need somebody who are willing to drive us to also be off on
yeah,
that day.
that's another thing too, yeah.
I have
Because the buses don't run very frequent, and if you're not done at 5 o'clock, you're not getting home. You're taking a hotel.
I kind of have an agreement with Angela.
Oh, do you?
So Angela doesn't drive. She'll have to whip Georg to drive us. But that might actually work. But we'll look into it the next day we have time off.
Okay, so.
Because I do think Angela is the one who decides where Georg drives without being...
Oh, Angela's the one that decides where Georg drives. Don't you know the women are always in charge?
And she is so fascinated by the cat. And she has never met the cat. So I think this might actually be a working idea.
Raymond says, and just balls, but a crack as well. Oh my God, not for kids. I think I made the guys cringe when I showed him the crack in your shaft. And it goes on both sides. I thought it was just one-sided crack, but no, that crack goes all the way through. But yeah, no, he can wood glue repair your schmeckle, and then you'll have 2, and then you could be like Electra.
Yeah, I don't think 2 bollocks daggers is
you could make it a thing. I want to see you attack the cabbage with 2 bollocks daggers.
It's just a stabbing implement. It's not spectacular like when I use the Atgeir or the Danax.
No? Okay. It just goes poke.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I bet it would hurt.
No,
Carla.
if you look at kind of the sidearms of medieval Europeans, it kind of goes skarmasax, rondell dagger, bullocks dagger.
Yeah.
And there is quite a big overlap between the rondell dagger and the bullocks dagger. The rondell dagger is same as the bullocks dagger, but it has a big disc here and here. So it's meant to kind of be put against plate, and then you kind of stab it into somebody's chest or head or whatever. The bullocks dagger requires a little bit more finesse, but at that time, plate is so hard that you probably couldn't use the rondell trick anyway.
I saw Max wrote that he's been making a mini mochila bag for one of my siblings for their birthday. These look really quite cool. If you don't know what a mochila bag, look it up. They kind of look like the gym bags. It's like a pouch, but
There's more beer, right?
I don't think there is any more beer. I think you drank it all. Would you like some outer wine? Oh, in here, yeah.
I'm
sorry.
You're wrong about that.
Are you starting to like it more? Are you tipsy yet?
Tiny bit.
Did it sneak up on you?
Not as tipsy as I want to be.
Okay, so if you had a pouch like this, but you put a drawstring here and then attached it down there, so you have like one each way, but when you pull on both of them, it goes like this, but because they attach to the bottom, you can wear it like a backpack. So that's I need a cat to demonstrate this. Here, come here, loudmouth. Okay, so now if you had, oops, where'd it go?
You threw it on the floor.
I threw it on the floor. She's gonna catch on to me. Come here. Okay, so we have the cat and we have the backpack. It would fit like that. That'll teach you to be noisy on our YouTube.
Are you putting backpacks on the cats now?
I'm gonna put backpacks on the cat. I was actually thinking maybe we need to. Oh no, she's sitting nicely. She would never make any noise. There we go. Okay. Holy crap, Karl, too much head. -10 from Wisconsin, from Shepherdess in the Fray. -10. I just found out it was -57 in Duluth.
Okay.
-10 Celsius, maybe. No, it could be.
They're talking about the temperature. They're not giving you -10 points for having too much head.
Oh, that was about something else. They wrote at the same time, so one didn't see the comment of the other. You know there's a little bit of a pregnant pause when it comes to YouTube. But yeah, Shepherdess in the Fray. Welcome, by the way. And then, yeah, -10. We're in Wisconsin because now we've got Katie, who is from northern Minnesota. And you've got me, who's originally from Duluth, but we're just freezing in Norway instead. It's not nearly as cold here, but it's cold. And then Wisconsin, of course. Okay, we're getting... Oh, we're loving this guy from... He's United Kingdom, but he's living in Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
And he's commenting on Lake Superior like nobody's business, but the British guy is not handling the cold very well because you don't have to just be from Duluth, but anywhere along Lake Superior is flipping cold, or Lake Michigan. Look at Chicago. But anyway, what do you think about this guy?
Every time I'm on the toilet doom scrolling YouTube on these shorts, this guy comes up and goes, "So the British think the British winter is cold. I'm living next to a lake in Michigan. And it's like an ocean with personality. It's horrible. Nothing is as cold as Minnesota." And,
actually, yeah, well, he says, we'll say the
I
Norwegian.
always end up giggling to myself and sending it to Karin.
Which I'm like, and then I look at it and I'm like, thumbs up. Yeah, no, that's about right. And what is it? Extreme sports in Minnesota? Driving on the highway in a snowstorm?
Yeah.
Favorite game? Which lane are we in?
Yeah, and then he was just looking at local television and says, "Yeah, now we have some people who are playing the typical Minnesotan game of guessing we are in the right line."
Yeah.
And he goes, "That's suicide. You don't guess which line you're in. If it's snowing like this in England, we go home. We park our car and walk home. But no, they're just hoping for the best over there."
I've actually driven in weather like that. It's just fine as long as you've got all the time in the world.
Yeah, no, I remember when you drove me home for Christmas.
Oh yeah, we had Star Wars snow where it looks like the beginning scene of Star Wars, or when they're going on Spaceballs when they're going into hyper mode or whatever, and it just That's yeah. No, it's nice. You just have to have all the time in the world.
Yeah, you managed every mountain except the last one.
Yeah, but that wasn't because of the snow. That was because of the tires.
Yeah, but
It was ice.
if there was no snow, the tires would work just fine.
And the elevation. It's a flippin' mountain.
Yeah, but it's a mountain I've walked over like hundreds of times.
Yes, but you're able to walk like this when you walk up the mountain. But the car, on the other hand, stays. They
Yeah,
can't
no.
put all its weight in the front. You have to. But I even did try the good trick that a native snow driver will know. Some cars will go better up steep hills, slick hills, backwards.
When I was summarizing your good parts to my father, I mentioned that, and she's Minnesotan. So driving in Norwegian conditions doesn't make her bat an eyelid.
No.
So I do not think that the mountain was your fault in any way. But still,
I
you
have
had
to say,
drive
though,
another 45 minutes to get around the fucking thing.
yeah, that was the problem because that last one was too steep. But I also didn't have spikes on my tires. If I had spikes on my tires, it would have been no problem getting up that thing. But I was going to say, we don't have mountains in Minnesota. But we do have, anyway, the conditions over here that I've seen driving on the mountains in Norway are not much different than driving in Minnesota, with the exception of one thing. I have not, but maybe I haven't driven in like the most severest of snowstorms, apparently. Maybe I actually did stay indoors when the National Weather Forecast Service said you should. But there was one, and the video is still on Instagram. This was back when I could still post on Instagram without doing some hoops. But that was a video that I just put it on play. I had the phone mounted on the dashboard anyway, just hit play and then let it go throughout the whole mountain ride. But this one is where you're driving in a colony and not a colony, what's it called? Caravan, or not a caravan. Convoy. You're driving in a convoy anyway, but the wind was blowing the snow off the drifts with so much force that it would white out the car in front of you. So you had to like creep along really slowly, but you would actually lose sight of the car in front of you. And this is like a whole convoy of like 100 cars all driving with their hazard lights on. So when you actually do get to see a little bit of it, it's like a Christmas tree.
It's also kind of an interesting difference between Americans and Norwegians. I keep seeing when they have extreme weather in America, you get reports like the National Center for Judgment Day requires that everybody evacuates this area, and if you cannot evacuate, stay inside, load your guns, and eat your canned food. And in Norway, when you have extreme situations like that, the Norwegian Broadcasting Company basically goes, yep, no, the weather is bad. You should probably stay inside. Put some wood on the fire and eat something good with your family. Not a good idea to go outside today. Humpty-doo-doo-doo-doo. And we
Rule
are
number
usually
one.
just fine.
Always have winter supplies in your car, no matter what you're gonna, do. Because you never know anyway. You could be out somewhere trying to get back, or a snowstorm could come out of nowhere. Usually there's some warning, but sometimes there hasn't. For example, the Hollywood or the Halloween blizzard of the megastorm of 1991. That is even written into Wikipedia. That thing was insane. We were supposed to get hit with one storm, but we got hit with 3 snowstorm systems all at the same time. And it ended up dumping so much snow that it took us in Duluth about 4 days to shovel out of it. But yeah, so you never know when it's going to be just one little one. I actually went to go watch the Rocky Horror Picture Show at the university and ended up getting stuck there for 4 days because I couldn't get home again. But you always have to have winter supplies in your car. Should always have blankets, food, little food or whatever that'll keep, some heating packs, things like that, water. But always have that with you. You have that with you, then you're much more calm driving the damn car. But no, actually, I thought it was quite fun to drive in the snow. You just need a lot of time and patience and go slow and be wary of other cars because they're probably more dangerous on the road than you are because you do start sliding. So, and you need to have some recovering. Albert finished his patch, by the way. He said the patch felt like sewing medium leather on thick denim. Oh my God, your fingers. Did you use a thimble? The metal thimble is actually not there to protect your fingers from getting stabbed. It's there to push the needle, if that makes a difference. Katie says, I was driving in the 91 blizzard. I was too. Yeah, it was, well, early in the day anyway, because we drove out to there at like 7 o'clock. But by the time the thing was over at 11 o'clock, it was like, no. And then, luckily, my car was parked in a parking lot because the whole parking lot looked like a big snowdrift. You couldn't see anything. But because we were snowed in, we had to walk to the local convenience store to get supplies, food, whatever, toilet paper. And I love telling the story, but we're walking along the side of the road on top of a big snowbank. And the snowbanks in those days were like, shh, but that's okay. But we didn't realize there was kind of a hollow noise as we were walking on the snowbank. We thought this was kind of weird. And we look down and we see that it's actually, you see like a windshield wiper with a parking ticket. But you did not know you were walking on top of cars. And then we get to the grocery store, or to the convenience store. It was also video rental back in the day when people were renting videos. And the only movie you could get was Space Odyssey. They were completely sold out of milk, unleaded gas, toilet paper. They almost sold out of that. It was insane.
In 91, we had the New Year's hurricane.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't say this in public, but I got away with, I don't know if it would be a felony or a misdemeanor that night. Because I have this neighbor who lives in a place where there are two kind of loops of road. One where I live and one beneath me where my friend lives. And if I'm on his loop of road, I have to either walk all the way back and then all the way back up to me, or I have to walk through this guy's yard. And he also has this really practical stairs that goes down to his loop. And then his driveway is on the other side. The problem is that if I do this, I have to walk very close to his house. And Allemannsretten in Norway is not that wide. I'm not allowed to basically rub against somebody's house when I'm using a shortcut. And I also know from previous experience that this guy really, really doesn't like me using his stairs. But it's a hurricane.
Fuzzy.
The lights are gone out everywhere. And I'm on my way home. So I decided, okay, today I can call it extenuating circumstances and use his stairs. So I walk up his stairs, and when I get to the top, I'm almost blown all the way down again because there is a gust of wind that is so powerful. So I just lean forward like this and then run as hard as I can.
How'd that work out for you?
And this guy, he has a cat. And to get his cat in and out, he's made this like chicken coop stairs that go up to his window. And I cannot see that thing when I'm running right into the wind. So I run into it with enough force to break his window and push it halfway into his house. And then I stand there looking at it. I'm slightly drunk. It's New Year's Eve. Okay, I'm too young to drink, but I am drunk. So I'm going, okay, fuck. I should go around the house, ring his doorbell, and explain to him what just happened. And then it suddenly occurs to me, it's a fucking hurricane. There is no way he's going to think that I am to blame for this. He's going to blame the weather. So I just enthusiastically run home, go to sleep, and sleep for about 3 hours before the roof tiles of my neighbor start hitting the wall underneath my window. And then woken up again by my father going to check on his boat and everybody being in mild panic mode.
Carla likes the Elga carbonara.
Of course, she would steal any human food. If I manage to convince her that you can eat wood, she would steal it from me to eat it.
There's some pretty good comments in here too. Albert says, time to drink more of the, oops, just for some reason it's scrolling. Oh yeah, there we go. Time to drink more of the beer because sewing tipsy is not wise. Guess who just sewed her braided hair into her embroidery, says Peruta. I might have done that. Katie says she was driving in the 91 blizzard. And then, then there's the blizzard of 85. That was also another big one. Park Point, which is like a strip of land that goes into Lake Superior and Duluth for quite a ways. That one was completely buried and like big. Anyway, that one we actually had to go out of the second floor of our house on sleds to get to the grocery store because the bottom floor was completely buried. We just don't get snow like that anymore. It's a little disappointing, as she says, after they just had a snowstorm in United States. Annette said she used to go she used to go to the midnight showing of Rocky Horror Picture Show every Saturday as a teenager. You gotta see the Rocky Horror. It's like a rite of passage. And then, of course, you have to go often enough that you can participate because it's kind of like watching ABBA. When ABBA came out in the theaters, you have to, there's ABBA and then there's like ABBA sing along. You can choose which one to go to. So if you don't want to listen to the annoying, everybody singing along to the music, you go to the regular one. But if you want to be one of the annoying people singing along to every song that they play on there, then you go to the sing along one. Rocky Horror Picture is kind of like that. Anyway, but yeah, no, that was something good to see on Halloween, unless it's in the middle of a storm. And then Torben says, rub against another man's house? What kind of extreme teabagging is that? That's the one that had me laughing. Katie says, we got snacks and rented Silence of the Lambs. Got stuck 3 times on the way back to my friend's house. Luckily, there was a group of cute guys to help us out each time. Now, see, this is probably why I don't really do role-playing games anymore, like Dungeons & Dragons, because I tried it for a little while in college, and that was fine, and since we all got snowed in, 9 of us in one dorm meant for 4 people, because of we decided to do Dungeons & Dragons, and I don't know, but after 4 days, 9 of us don't talk to each other anymore, and I haven't really been into playing these role-playing games that you have since then, because it keeps reminding me of Cabin Fever.
I think you did a very good profile when you played Call of Cthulhu.
That was I was just messing with my boss's kid.
Yeah, but you were having fun, and that's the important bit.
I thought maybe I was irritating them. Go ahead, tell them.
She was playing Wyatt Earp's granddaughter.
Sadie Earp. I called her.
Sadie Slutty Earp. He was a professional prostitute in the early 1900s.
Putting on my best Southern dialect. Oh my God, I thought it was irritating the crap out of them, but I was impressing Karl. That's probably why we're dating.
No, you were irritating the crap out of them, but they were also having fun.
Yeah.
So.
And then you thought, I think I'll date that girl. Things we do in COVID. We just read Silence of the Lambs as Annette in my book club, and we watched the movie. The book, it was magnificent. I should probably read more. But I wouldn't have even thought about that was a book, actually. But most things start out that way. Yeah, she might have to read the book, says Katie, and Annette says it's amazing. The first time I ever read it, I loved it. You reread it then. So you watched it several times. Then it must be really good. Playing D&D for 4 days. Did you even stop? There was nothing else to do, Robert. You open up the door, it's a wall of snow. You're like, okay, not going to happen today. And then when you finally start seeing where you can push your way out, or when you get desperate enough to go and try to walk over rows and rows of cars to get to a grocery or to a convenience store. But yeah, no, there was nothing else to do. You could either go out and play in the snow, and it was so deep you just fall, or you play 9 people in a room in a dorm for 4 people, about ready to kill ourselves. Anyway, I was gonna go and see. Okay, the Northern Lights was huge this week. Like I said, everybody was putting it on their social media. So at least in Norway, they were. It was like Facebook was nothing but purple and green. It was like everybody's story and feed was full of. That's actually a nice break from other things that have been hogging my Facebook feed lately. So anyway, we can take a look outside and see, but I don't think we have the Northern Lights today. But I did say I would take a look. So. Because sometimes you can't see them very well, but the phone camera picks up so much light that you can. But we'll go take a look. I tried to look just before we went on, and all I saw was it looks just like a green tinge to the sky. But let's see. Okay. I am not seeing anything. Oh, wait, we have to turn off the light. Just a sec. There's poop on the floor. There. Okay. All right. Turning the camera. I don't know. I don't see any northern lights today. But there is a little bit of a green hue. There also seems to be a light bar on the top of my screen. I don't know if you can see that. But if you can see, there's a slight, no, you can't even see my fingers. There's a slight shadow outline of the mountains, but that's it. I don't know if you can even see the stars. But you can see me. No, it doesn't look like we'll see any. No, I can't see even the sky. No, you can't even, no, it's too dark. This is what it looks like in the country when you live away from civilization. If I turn it this way, you can see a little light. But yeah, no northern lights today. But see, the thing is now, just by doing this, the whole sky was just purple. There were some more pictures I put on Facebook. But anyway, I thought we'd try, but we didn't see anything. Okay, you don't want to step on that poop. You know they have 3 kitty litter boxes. Huh?
It was 100% completely dark out there, and I saw nothing.
They saw nothing. No, that's what they wrote too. It is, I see nothing. Nope, it was completely dark. Oops, sorry, I'm stepping on something. Okay, Karl didn't see anything either, so he's with you on that. But I did notice I have like a band of light on the top of my, let's see, turn it this way, there it is. Karl's playing with his swing. Okay. No, I have like this band on the top of my screen there of light, but nothing doesn't show up on the screen, so. Okay, we tried. I tried. We didn't see it. I guess we'll have to needle bind with colors that look like the northern lights instead. All right, Karl, I need something entertaining to put in the background while I needle bind so that Torben doesn't get bored.
Okay.
Okay, last time we had Vaseline, then we had Vaseline and some wine. What should we have this time? I don't know.
Creative hair woman.
I think you need an orc. Get an orc. How's your orc painting going? Okay, a little bit of yarn. So this is the Dalby stitch. Nurkin. This is the Dalby stitch that I made a pouch with, and it made a little strap on there. Showed you how to do that. It's a little off center, so we're gonna own it and make it very off center. And I'll put a toggle button on there, but I need to find one first. But this is the yarn, mystery yarn from my mom. It's teal with shades of purple in there and blues. So I was liking the way that it was pooling, the way it was laying. So I thought I'll try to make a hat with it, but I've only just gotten started. I have to shift my yarn. We have nothing fun for him. Here, you can look at Audra's wine bottle. And the wax that I got on the table once, I have to resand the table. I had a little tray with candles in it, and the pink candles or red candles, I don't know what they were. But the tray got too hot, and the candles wax went all over the table. So now it's a solid wood table. I can sand it and repaint it. I'm just waiting to see how much more damage I could do to the table before I do that. Let's see, I'm just fixing the yarn length. I started with a Lazy Man's thread for some reason. Lazy Man's amount of yarn on my needle. Which, it's almost more work having that much yarn on there. It doesn't really save time. It'd be easier to just keep splicing. Okay, now I think I've got it worked out. Now we can move the wine out of the background. Okay, so let's see if I can do this without getting the yarn stuck on anything too. Who's sniffing asses over there? Ah, okay, Karin, I've got a message. New bottle will be sent to you soon. I still have some of the dandelion wine yet, though. It's not a crisis just yet. But yeah, no, really, we're dying over here. Might have to try the strawberry one. Okay, so this is the stitch of the month. I think this is the last. No, we got one more day left. It's the 24th. I think there's 31 days in January. So the first loop, this is my end yarn. Then this is the first loop. This is the second loop. This is the third loop, but it also goes underneath another one now at this point. And then fourth loop, fifth loop, and so on and so on. We're going to use 3 loops. So the leader yarn goes forward. The end loop, the first one goes on your thumb, if you're using your thumb. And then
if you go under the X, I will be having words whether you're using your thumb or not.
Don't worry, I'm not going under the X this time. I'm just going giving 1 F. And then, and then that's it. Okay, so there's the second loop, and there's the third loop behind my thumb. So because I'm only giving 1 F, you know, F1, connecting 1 from the front. So 1 new one from the front. You could, if you want a little bit more dense, you could go F2, which is 1 new one from the front and 1 F, or 1 on the old one. But I told Karl I was only going to give 1 F today. So 1 new one from the front. Then you pick up the second loop, and you can either put it on your finger or just keep track of it. Pick up the third loop from behind. Then go back and scoop up that second loop. And then you go underneath your thumb loop and under your leader yarn. I don't prefer to put the loop on my finger like that because it tends to stretch out the stitches a bit more, I think. Somebody asked if the thickness of the needle makes a difference. And yes, it does. No, these aren't needle-binding needles. But if I have, when I use something like this loose Oslo stitch here, this one I can use a big wide needle. It doesn't matter. The loops are big, and the bottom row, for example, is the loops are big. So you can get a whole needle under there without stretching it out. But if I was to take a big wide needle and try to put it through these, it would stretch out this loop too much. So then I do actually prefer to use a skinnier needle. So usually, as a rule of thumb, if you have a lot of loops that you're using, we're using 3. The more loops you need, you probably want a finer needle to do it if you're going to needle bind with your thumb. Anyway, but 1 from the front, then you pick up the second loop, lift it behind, lift it out of the way and go behind, pick up the third loop from behind, then go back, pick up the second loop, and then under the thumb and under. And this is Dalby. Now, if you want to do Telemark, because I mentioned that in there as well, Telemark is only 1 mistake away from Dalby. I have to remember to increase because I'm doing a round start. I think I didn't. Let's see. Yeah, I know I haven't increased in a little while. I should probably do that. Okay. So to increase, you do 1 in the same hole. Is that okay? No, you missed that one. Okay. Innuendos, not for kids. Okay. Then you do the same thing. You pick up the second loop, go behind, pick up the third, go back, pick up the second loop, go under the thumb, but you go over the leader yarn. So if you do it like that and finish your stitch, that is Telemark. That's the only difference. Dalby, Telemark. Not for kids, yeah. I think we should count how many times we say that during an episode. No, when we make YouTube, we intentionally make it not for kids because I cannot be, I have a potty mouth and a sick mind. But unfortunately, I'm surrounded by like minds because you all do too. Okay, so I also noticed that when I start with Oslo, I have to start with like 8 stitches or no, maybe 10 stitches to get it to lay flat in the middle like that. But you can vary that number. It doesn't really matter. Just what you need to get it flat, but stretch it out a little bit to make sure that everything's where it's supposed to be, or it could go wavy. Carla, she's very vocal. But in this case, I have to start with maybe 14 to 16 stitches to get it to go around. I don't know. I just kept going until it kind of laid flat. Then I did 2 in every row, and then I started doing 2 in every other row or so, and I just kind of using the forced right now. So it is still laying flat, but I'm kind of winging it. So now I went like 4 stitches without increasing, which was stupid, so I might have to make up for it by doing a bit more. But the rule of thumb, Ann Decker points this out really well, actually, is if your stitch is going straight up and down, you know, you go through the middle and straight up and down, then you don't need to increase. If it starts going this way, you need to increase. If it starts going this way, you're increasing too much, and you need to back off a bit if you want something to lay flat. But it's also, let's see, I just increased one, so I'll put a little bit of a space in between, so it's not too many increases in one spot. That will give you a nipple. We don't want unnecessary nipples in our work. Now I can do 2 on this one. You can try, if you have a little bit of a bulge and you don't want one, there's so many innuendos in here. You can steam block it out for the most part. So this one I'll increase, I'll do 1 more. There. You can take, if it's wool, for example. Oh, way too much yarn here. Okay. You should also stretch it out, like I said, a little bit every now and then, so all the loops are locked into place and you get a true idea of how big it is. This one I will have to cinch shut. But you can see it's almost creating like a little buttonhole there because I had to use so many stitches to start to get it to go flat. But I will cinch it and tie it. That's why I use a slip knot. If you didn't use a slip knot, you could just run a yarn through there and then pull it tight. But if it starts to like do this, and you didn't want it to, you can kind of, you got to fix it with your increasing though, but you can kind of get that out by putting wet cloth on top of it, like a dish towel, and just set it on top and then take an iron and just, here's our iron today. No, wait, Audra, just because she thinks I'm hinting. So you put a wet iron on top of it and you just press. Don't rub, just press. And then the heat will, through this, will make steam and it will cause it to lay flat unless it's a really severe bulge. Anyway, severe bulges and a lot of steam. No.
Steam on my severe bulge, they're going to have issues.
If he says, if I use severe steam on his bulge, at least it wasn't if I use steam on your severe bulge. He says we're going to have issues. Not for kids. Okay. Anyway, and then I'll make it till it's about that big. If you put your hand in the middle, the hand, it usually about the size of a head, but your head. But if you don't want it too tight fitting, I would go maybe about this much more than your hand. And then before you stop increasing, and then it'll be a nice fitting hat, like this one was. Ta-da! Anyway, so that's what I'm working on now. It's a really cool looking stitch though. It reminds me of little tracks going around in there, if you can see. It's got like a little toot, 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 toot. And the Telemark one looks very similar, but it will have like a more pronounced ridge. You want to come sit with me, Karl? You got a cat? Let's see. There we go. We're already at 87 minutes. We're getting really good at like I don't think we've been an hour since but we're having fun, that's why. Okay, I gotta catch up on chat. Steamy bulges, says Nolby. See, they're focusing on the right thing. Speak for yourself, Karin. I never complain about seeing more nipples in my work, says Ruddy. Speak in your work. All right, Sweden's clearly not too upset with us today. I have to go big further up. There's a lot of not for kids on here. Wine and yarn. Mommy's tired today, darling. Beat it. Skull. Boo-hoo, he didn't. Oh, no, wait. Skull. Getting a nice picture of a cat butt. So, now, when you do a cheers, do I have to, this is something that's really intense in Sweden. It kind of got to me. I'm not really used to looking at people straight in the eye, but when, this is in Sweden, my friend says, no, when you drink, you do this. You can't break eye contact with the person you're cheersing with. Is this a thing in Norway too?
I don't think so, no.
You can't break eye contact. You got to stare at them the whole time. I'm thinking they really like me over there. They can't stop staring. No, but and then there was another one where I don't remember reading it, but if you do like the cheers with somebody, you aren't supposed to look them in the eye. You have to look away or look somewhere else when you're drinking. And I don't, because it would be, and it's considered an insult to look at them while you're drinking. Why do I think this is an Asian thing?
I really don't know.
No, but anyway, so what is your cheers? What is your, I mean, I didn't know. In the United States, you have to bang the cups.
Unless I'm really
well, you have
angry.
To touch the glasses with everybody you're going to cheers with, not just lift it up. And unless you're giving a speech,
unless I'm really, really angry with somebody or actively having sex with them, I won't be doing prolonged eye contact with anybody.
You do prolonged eye contact?
If I'm really angry or banging somebody, yes, but
Skål!
otherwise, no.
Torben says, skål, skadle, fudle, bli med adle. Okay, explain, Karl.
It's the mild version of a typical Sogndalsskål.
Mm-hmm.
The other version is skål, skadle, daude, skall med adle.
Yeah.
The first one, the one Torben had, was cheers, skull. We are all going to get drunk. The other one is cheers, skull. We are all going to die.
Okay. So which do you prefer?
You know I'm super fascinated with the Romans, right? And I have to say I like the second one because the Romans have a thing where being reminded that you are mortal, that you are going to die, makes everything better in their view. So you will often see at the bottom of their party dishes, so the plates that the party food is served on, you will see little skulls. Basically to remind you to have a good time because it's not going to last forever. Yeah. And I kind of like that worldview in a way.
Mm. So the first time I went to Sweden, 1994, my friends take me out to a bar, and apparently they don't see very many Americans in boring Borås, as they called it. I like boring Borås, but anyway, so they gave me a drink, and it showed up with a sparkler in it. Little sparkler that was going up. Like, do you normally put this in your drink? And they said, no, I've never seen him do that before, so they must think it's fun to have an American here. 1994, things have changed. Anyway, so then he says, okay, now this is how you cheers in the Swedish way. You say skål, and I said skål. He says skål ta mig fan, and I'm like, skål ta mig fan. What did I just say? You said cheers, take me, I'm easy. Okay.
That's a Scandinavian thing. We do that.
Do you really? The skål ta mig fan?
No, we lie to foreigners about what you should say when you're drinking alcohol.
Oh, okay. Well, they did a really good job with that. So you're siding with Sweden on this one? As a Norwegian?
I think it was Leif Ole's class. So the class at the Teachers Academy right behind me and Torben.
Yeah.
They were in England, and they were drinking at a local pub. And somebody asks them, how do you say cheers in Norwegian? Mm-hmm. And their answer was, jävla hora!
Fucking whore! Oh my god.
So a little bit later, the whole pub in Newcastle, or wherever the hell they were, is going, jävla hora! Every time they have a drink.
Yeah. And then, gotta help me out with this one too. There's another one, there's a Spanish one. It's like... for forwards and for down or whatever, and I don't know, but you have to, like, you're doing for the directions and then
forwards and down.
I have to find it. How do they cheers in Mexico, Spain even, I think? Cheers in Spain. It's cheers chant in Spain. Por el dentro, what is it? Well, they say salud, yeah. Por arriba, to the above. Por abajo, down below. Por el centro, which is in the center. Por dentro. Up, down, in the center, and on the inside. Tamara was reminding me of that one. Por arriba, por abajo, por el centro, por dentro. You don't have that?
No, not as far as I
No,
know.
but there's some fun ones in chat here. I have to point out Torben, of course. He says, in Sogndal, you headbutt your fellow drinkers and down your bottle of moonshine.
That is not entirely inaccurate.
Torben says, I'm dying here. Jävla hora in perfect cowponger dialect. So if you want to know how to spell jävla hora. Okay, not for kids. By the way, we're teaching them how to swear. Let's see. Nolvia's commenting on the steamy bulges. Torben says, we need more nipples and more cowbell. Gotta have more cowbell. If you're not familiar with the cowbell thing, look it up on Gotta Have More Cowbell on YouTube, and you'll see a Saturday Night Live skit with the what the crap is his name? Oh, I suddenly
Christopher
forgot.
Walken.
Christopher Walken. You gotta have more cowbell. Anyway, that was a good one. Albert says
The cat is stealing the rest of my food.
one paw at a time.
And she does it by putting her paw in it and then enthusiastically licking her paw.
Yeah, why don't you just put it on the floor so she can eat it properly instead of stealing it off the table? Like, she knows she's in trouble. That's why she's using a paw.
Don't have.
There she goes. Now she'll use her whole head. See? It's because when she's on the table, she's not supposed to do it. So she's just like...
But she's generally...
My kids did that, and their cousin. They were sitting there eating birthday cake. The birthday cake came. It had all this wonderful frosting on it. The American ones have a lot of butter frosting. It was a big sheet cake, and they're just waiting patiently to be able to eat this. And you could just see as everyone's kind of waiting to gather around. She's like... That's what Carla's doing. The little...
She's still pretty enthusiastic. Normally she's just enthusiastic when she can steal something, not when it is given to her.
Albert says, I normally get a bit tipsy halfway through a 12% beer, but this time I'm doing good on that front. Might be because of the lamb curry I had today. Yeah, see, now normal people eat before they drink. That helps. A full tummy definitely helps, says Raymond. Let's see. Memento Mori, says Raymond. I want, Albert says, I want a Memento Mori tattoo. Oh, what's Memento Mori? Why do I not know what this is?
Remember thou art mortal. It's
I didn't know that. Okay.
Remember death, directly translated, but...
Let's see. Not for kids, not for kids. What? Nikki says, I use the curse for my stupid sock. I'm amazing. I will use the curse for my stupid sock. I am amazing. I'm not, or I am making. I'm amazing. I use the curse for the stupid sock I'm making. I was thinking it was the curse of the dreaded one sock syndrome, where you make one sock and you never, the other one never gets made. It's the dreaded one sock syndrome. That's why you work in tandem, then you have to. Lithuanians say, to health. Yeah, that's what, salud, that's the other one, the Spanish one. But we just say cheers, and you guys just say skol. The only time we say skol in the U.S. is when we're playing hockey. Or maybe that's Minnesota.
I think it's Minnesota.
Skol!
I don't know where the skol expression comes from. And speculating about the meaning of words is a little bit... but back in the old farm days, you generally had a skål, it's called. It's like a big platter of beer that you send around. Some of them have really funny inscriptions, and they are really, really cool works of art that you'll see in some Norwegian museums. And you don't have one each, you send it around. So the word skål might mean give me the beer.
Yeah.
So send me the skål so I can have a drink and then send it on. But I don't know if that is where it originally came from.
Annette was asking if my carrot bread was good. She's making homemade carrot cake with cream cheese frosting this weekend. Actually, it doesn't taste anything like carrot cake. If I look at the bottom of this other one, I should probably be eating this, but...
No, but...
I wasn't sure if I had... But anyway, you can see there's like seeds in there too.
This is also...
But it doesn't taste anything like carrot cake. But
this is an important distinction between Norwegian and Swedish people and Norwegians and Americans.
What?
We do not put sugar in our bread. The Swedish does it,
Americans do
Americans
it. We
do
call it Wonder Bread.
You do it in all your bread, I think. You do it in all your bread, I think.
Maybe loaf or white bread.
Every piece of bread I tasted in America tasted sweet to me.
Did we have bread in America?
Yes, in the breakfast thingy.
Oh, but that's loaf. That's white bread. That's different. Even Karius and Baktus, the teeth trolls of Norway, say, we will have...
That's okay, but I took the darkest bread I could find. It might still be loaf by a Norwegian standard, but it very much didn't look like it.
Maybe. This one does have a little bit of a sweetness to it, so, but that could be the carrot.
But Swedish bread, in my opinion, is indistinguishable from cake.
You listen to Farmer Torben over here. He said, "Did someone say carrot cake?" And then Raymond started screaming cake. We got them all excited. Way to go, Annetta. He says, "Yes, we do, Karl, but only a tiny amount, so the yeast will have something to eat." That makes sense. But leave it to the Americans to add more. We would. You know, we want to make sure that yeast is good and full. Maybe a little tipsy. No, carrot cake is the best. We have the use by section of the store, of the grocery store over there. Best before, but not bad after. And the carrot cake ended up in that section. I'm not big on cake, but that one I really like, with the cream, the cheese.
The two of us, for the last, how many years have we been together?
5 now, 5 and some.
We have eaten very little bread. I think I can count on... Well,
I'm not a big fan of bread.
I need both on my hands, but not much more for how many breads we bought in that period. But lately we've been eating a little bit of bread. And I have to admit, I've kind of missed it.
I know, that's why I'm doing an open-faced sandwich. I can't remember the last time. I'm not a huge bread fan, and every time I buy bread, if I was going to buy it for my kids, we eat so much other stuff that usually half of the bread gets thrown away because it gets moldy. And it lasts for quite a long time, not as long as American bread. You could have that like years later and it'll still be good. But the Norwegian ones, they only last maybe about, if you get 7 days out of it, that's pretty impressive. But usually 4 or 5.
You shouldn't keep a bread for 7 days. But you have the polar bread that lasts.
But that's like
the second coming
of
Christ.
It's like almost like a little pita bread.
Yeah. But it's kind of nice to have bread lying around, because then you can just, if you're being a little bit hungry, you can just go slush, slush, clunkadink, flumpa.
That's why he's so skinny. We haven't had bread in the house. That's why he's not eating. He needed slush, slush, clunk.
Which is so much easier than honkala, bonkala, bonkala, microwaveable, ding, 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 ding.
He also eats caviar in a tube on it. It's a toothpaste tube with caviar in it.
It's really good.
No, I won't touch that stuff. But it's not... What's the difference between that and the beluga caviar, other than the fact that this is like orange pink and...
Well, my tube of caviar cost 26 Norwegian kroner.
Yep.
A similar tube of beluga caviar would cost 26,000 Norwegian kroner.
Now, so why? Who's got the good eggs?
Because the bloody fish that I get their eggs from is very rare and dickish. And I get it from a cod.
He's got dickish eggs. And you get a cod. Okay. Well, because I remember my kids would eat this when they were really small anyway. Then Cecilia started having issues with tomato or something and doesn't eat it anymore and just stopped. But she used to love it. And then they made these little lunch bag versions of them. They're like this tall, this skinny, and small. And so I would send those with them, and the kids could make their own little sandwich. I thought it was so much fun to make their own little sandwich. And so my mom's like, I took a picture of it one day going, look, the kid packed her own lunch. And she says, your kids eat caviar for lunch? Yeah. It sounded more luxurious than it was.
Yeah, no, it is fish eggs. But it is the cheapest.
In like a tomatoey paste.
It's the cheapest type of fish eggs compared to the beluga thing
that
people
have
think
cheap
of.
Fish eggs in the United States or whatever, because when they think caviar, they think the kid's sitting there with beluga, and they're like, no, it's wrong. It
is. I think they add spice and mayonnaise to rogn, and then it's caviar. I think that's basically it. I might be mistaken. There might be more or less to this process, but.
Carrot cake and cheesecake are my favorites at Albert. Oh, cheesecake is really good. No, but what kind of cheesecake? The one that the Americans typically have, that is almost like a thicker pudding kind of thing, or the German kind, which is actually like a cake made of cheese, but it's got more of
I've never met
bread
a
consistency
cheesecake I didn't like, but there are some misses when it comes to carrot cakes. Some of them
Really?
are really good.
Most of them make them the same.
Some of them are...
Okay, what makes a bad carrot cake?
Imagine if you take a Norwegian grove bread and you stab it with 2 carrots.
That's pretty much what I'm eating now.
Really?
Yeah, but it's not carrot cake, it's carrot bread.
I know. So... That sounds fine for a bread.
It's been stabbed with a couple of carrots.
If you put molasses on it and you call it a cake...
Yeah, you have jars of molasses. What the hell do you do with that? We only make cookies with them.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but they buy so many of them. I mean, I keep seeing people back in the
No,
dark
but-
ages when I worked in a grocery store in Norway, they were buying so much molasses. Like,
But
what the hell are you doing with that stuff?
they're making cakes. It's just that they're making more than one cake in their lifetime.
Every day. It's like, but why were you going to put molasses on a carrot bread?
Well, you would have to do it if you want to pretend it's a cake.
Okay. No, but most of them, they always have these cream cheese frosting on it. I don't think I've had carrot cake without cream cheese frosting. It's like a must.
I've seen so many different versions of carrot
Yeah.
cake. It's something I'm a little bit skeptic of because I don't know exactly what I'm going to get if I order one in the store.
Just in case you were wondering, Raymond says, carrot cake is definitely my favorite, and that's not just because I like bunnies.
It is just because you like bunnies.
Yeah, I think so too. He might be a bunny. Novia says, adding crushed pineapple to carrot cake makes it super moist. I've heard of that actually, but because I don't like chunks of pineapple, but the juice in it is really, that's actually pretty good with the,
Peace, Sam.
yeah. Carla. Albert says, yes, we don't use a lot of sugar in those types of cake or vanilla extract. Prudence says, oh God, Japanese bread is practically cake. Oh wow, really? But do they eat, like open face sandwiches? Or closed sandwiches? It's a very Scandinavian thing to be eating open face sandwiches. It's you eat like the one more meal a day, and in the morning you'll either have like yogurt or muesli, and then you have open face sandwiches.
Yeah. No, typically we do. It's very unusual for Norwegian when it comes to home cooking to double up their sandwiches.
No, I don't know why, but I just not really big into bread. But I will make a wrap out of a tortilla. Those are good. Probably because it lasts longer too. Carl! Best sound effects ever, says Novia. I'm hoping she's referring to the cat and not me loudly munching my food. Radisby says, Max, just like with needle binding, it depends on your yarn, your tension, the size of the foot, and so on. You could do a test swatch, or just wing it and do enough stitches to if you get enough. Oh, I gotta read that. I missed something up there. Max says, if I were to make a normal sock and null binding using only Coptic stitch, how many stitches do you need to make per round? I'm referring to a normal one without a split toe. Yeah, I definitely have to agree with Radisby on this one. Because you can kind of see the only difference that I would see between slow stitch maybe or Malman stitch and Coptic is Coptic has a little bit more stretch to it, just like knitting. But Coptic looks like knitting through the back loop. I'm sorry, did you have a loaded comment there?
No, I'm just frustrated with the cat.
So last week Torben said, what happened to the yodeling noisemaker? Thanks, Torben, you broke her again. You jinxed it! American ones are much thinner or dense, I'm guessing. No, I'm assuming he's talking about bread. Let me see. Yeah, I see. I mean, American bread is very different to Japanese ones. The American ones are much thinner or dense, I'm guessing. See, I totally did a not for kids comment there. I went further up. Mole asses, you say, says Roger. Max, this Nikki has a good comment. Yeah, Max, just make them at the same time and do exactly the same on each. Then you don't end up with the dreaded one sock syndrome. You just dreaded half sock syndrome. Where if you work them at the same time anyway, if you do start with 8 and do 10 rows, and do start with 8 and do 10 rows. If you're increasing to this, then you increase to this. But if you do a little on each one, then they'll match, and you won't even have to write stuff down. Another reason, she's gonna go and pee by the chair again.
Yeah, it's not like I'm going to stop her.
No, but you're gonna clean it.
Yeah, I know.
But the other thing is tension. No, so for example, so you're just nice and relaxed one day working on one sock, and then you go and make the other sock, but now you got some rage issues. One sock will be tighter than the other sock, so that's another reason to make them at the same time. Let's see. Cream cheese frosting, but so many people make it too sweet. Yeah, the cream cheese frosting can get too sweet, but the carrot cake usually tends to offset that because it's not a super sweet cake. Albert wants to know if Torben is eating asbestos. Torben says, knekkebrød will never go stale. We have knekkebrød at the in the cabin. That reads best before 2013, and it still tastes like asbestos. Flatbread. Well, it depends on the one.
The thing with knekkebrød never going stale is the same as, you remember TV shop where I saw sell the knife that never gets blunt? The reason it never gets blunt is that it is blunt in the first place. There is no edges to lose their sharpness. So knekkebrød is pretty stale when you buy it, and it won't get any worse for years.
Would you like... Ooh, catnip.
My father used to study in Sweden, and the last time he was there, he bought this... Swedish have these really big wheels made out of knekkebrød.
The Vasa ones, yeah. It's like with a hole in the middle.
And he bought like hundreds of those.
Yeah, and then you put them on a stick and you hang them in the kitchen.
Yeah, I hang them in the basement thingy between the kitchen
like
and my
on a
room.
big broomstick with these big... I mean, they're big.
And they were hanging there for years and years, and he just kept eating them.
Is it like the dried fish?
More or less.
Your sisters found a large portion of dried fish and wanted to know if it was okay to throw it out now.
That wasn't dried fish, it was clipfisk.
Clipfisk, what's the difference between clipfisk and dried fish?
Dried fish is sun-dried. Clipfisk is salted with enormous amount of salt. So you basically mummify the fish with salt.
Okay. Okay, so more about these dried knekkebrød wheels in your room.
The thing with the clipfisk is that if it doesn't get dusty,
yeah,
or if it doesn't get wet, it literally lasts forever.
Yeah.
You could
just
probably...
like flake it off and put it in soup.
As long as you store it sensibly, you could probably eat a 100-year-old clipfisk. Wouldn't recommend, but you could probably get away with it.
Okay, and the 100-year-old knekkebrød in your room?
That would be a little bit more... That I'm a little bit more skeptical of. Because even though it's dry, it isn't as salt as the clipfisk. The clipfisk is so salt that no fucking organism in the universe could survive there. The knekkebrød, on the other hand, if you get enough air moisture, something will survive. You will have mold or something on it.
Yeah.
But apparently he didn't have a problem, so...
So anyway, Lindsay writes what it is, but what is knekkebrød for those who don't know? Knekkebrød.
It is hard bread that is made with very little yeast, if there is any yeast in it. I'm not entirely sure.
Not really, no. I think it's just...
I think there is a little bit, because when you look at it, you have like air pockets in it. But it is bone hard.
Yeah.
So it is crunchy instead of soft.
Yeah, and it's bread that when you bite into it, knekke. It makes that sound, knekke.
And this
Give her carrot
is
cake.
Also, we probably have a tradition for it in Norway too, but it's primarily a Swedish thing. Because when you buy them in Norway, you get them in the Swedish packaging, made in Sweden. You rarely get a Norwegian version of it.
Max said, I mean, the Japanese bread looks so cute and it's so thick. It's not dense at all, but I'm actually curious to see which one tastes better, the American one, because I've never tried that one before in my life. I wonder if it's a bit like fairy bread. Fairy bread is an Australian thing, actually. Raymond would know about this one. I have to look this one up because I don't want to get it wrong. My friend would send his kids to school with it. Fairy bread is a simple, iconic Australian and New Zealand party snack consisting of white bread, butter or margarine, and rainbow sprinkles known as hundreds and thousands. That's what they call the sprinkles. It's mostly commonly served at children's birthday parties, cut into triangles, and has been a staple treat since the 1920s. Soft white bread with butter and margarine and hundreds and thousands is the sprinkles. So he would send him to school with fairy bread. I always thought that was kind of a cute name for it. And you should see the pictures they have on Google, by the way.
I know that the one thing that drives Norwegian people most bonkers when they spend prolonged times in foreign countries is that they have no access to the Norwegian grove bread.
Oh, but if you go to a bakery, you can get decent bread. Everyone thinks that the only bread you can get in the United States is from the grocery store, but then you're usually getting the Wonder Bread, which is like...
Yes, but no. The thing is, the Norwegian grovbrød is kind of unique. So unless you give the baker the Norwegian recipe and Norwegian ingredients, he can probably not make it.
You can. But that's yeah. Anyway, they can make the same thing over here as their the cat. There, she's sitting nicely. There's a pretty good chance that Carla will get worse and worse and more insistent and more frequent until she's actually spayed, or you restart the birth control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we have to get this dealt with.
Yeah, we have to get it dealt with.
Pretty obvious.
Let's see. Catnip. Oh, they were talking about catnip. There was the thing about that. Anyway, they're agreeing with catnip. See if she wants catnip. We're gonna see you want us to drug her. Okay, we could do that. No, we have to see. I used to have some catnip spray that we'd put on their toys if they got bored with them. Let's see what else we have in here. Catnip is legal in Norway. Yeah, I don't know if it came up with a question otherwise, but yeah, no, you can buy it at the you can grow it. Actually, cat grass is another thing you can grow, which is you'd have a little tray of this grass that you can grow, and it's meant for the cat to eat it to regulate their stomachs.
I can also grow opium, and that doesn't mean it's legal in Norway.
But they're not selling a little opium growing kit in Norway, are they?
Not as far as I know, no.
No. Lindsay says, I love flatbread. We only get the Vasa here. The Wasa, it looks like, but Vasa flatbread. Yeah. It gets so much, there's so much better flatbreads than that, because I really wasn't feeling the Vasa flatbread thing, or flatbread at all, until we started getting some other ones. This Sigdal makes a really good one.
Flatbread is different from knäckebröd.
Oh.
Flatbread is the flat little things that you...
But it's not dry. Flatbread.
It's very dry.
Yeah, okay. Okay, we'll look up flatbread versus knäckebröd, but yeah, say. What you were saying. Because I think I know what you mean.
Yeah, I would think so. You've been living here long enough, so...
Yeah, I just don't eat it normally. Yeah, because they're showing the softer flatbread, too. Oh.
That would be a loaf of some kind.
When I'm thinking of these knäckebröd, I'm thinking of what Americans would call rye crisp.
That's knäckebröd.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about, the Sigdal one. So it looks like rye crisp. Okay, we have to show pictures now. There. That's knäckebröd. And I don't know. They have I don't see any ones like the Vasa ones.
Scroll.
But what's this? Then
it's a like type of thing. It has nothing to do with the price of eggs.
There you go. This is the Vasa, but they're now saying Vasa is not flatbread, or it's flatbread but not knäckebröd.
That's a knäckebröd.
Okay, this is a knäckebröd.
Yes.
Okay, because that looks like the Vasa ones. This is homemade knäckebröd. I was just going to suggest you should try some homemade recipes. Everything's online now, but try a homemade recipe of flatbread. Or knäckebröd. It's really good.
You see the Vasa thins there?
Yeah, that's flatbread. Okay. Yeah. Because that I know you can get in the United States. But no, do the homemade knäckebröd. It's so good. And you need some salt in it.
Most of this is knäckebröd.
Yeah. And then most of it seems to be Swedish, and there's all the Vasa ones.
Yeah, no, I told you. It's mostly a Swedish thing.
Yeah. Oops, there we go. I'll turn it up. Okay. Pizza versus flatbread, what's the difference? Okay, I would have thought that would be... Okay, anyway, there, Nikki, about the fairy bread. It's white bread with margarine in hundreds and thousands. I'd never heard of it called hundreds of thousands before. My friend was explaining it to me.
Probably a brand name from Australia.
And Raymond says, yes, and you need to make them diagonal cut. So that's for the fairy bread. They're very specific about this, but no, it's a big thing over there. Wonder bread, one fart and you're hungry again, says Torben. No, you're not wrong. Wonder bread, you could take the bread and you could pinch it in the slice of bread, pinch it in the middle, and it would be like, it would stay that way. No, Wonder bread is horrible. Polarbröd is, would you consider that a flatbread? Polarbröd looks like a pita.
Polarbröd is,
but it's sugary.
It's soft bread. It's just in a wedge shape, and it is,
you can taste the
reason,
sugar in that.
It lasts to the second day of judgment. It just doesn't get old unless you get it wet or store it too hot.
My dad just called, says Max, wondering if there's any missing groceries. I looked everywhere, but none of those are anywhere in my house. Well, now you've got a bunch of things you can get him. You tell him he needs carrot cake and knäckebröd and polarbutter. Let's see. Here says, here we got the Swedish speaking up. Rudisby says, here flatbread is white and soft. You roll it up with your sandwiches and you can dry it as well or just bake it for another minute to make it hard. My family makes it themselves and I love it. I think that's like what I was using for...
That sounds like either lompe or lefse.
Lefse. I think it sounds like lefse because you can buy the lefse hard and you just have to... We've done this on YouTube.
Lompe would be the same thing but made with potatoes, flour instead of corn flour.
He says, I do usually dislike all kinds of the white bread, but since it's homemade and has a bunch of different spices, it tastes delicious. Every time, says Torben, every time my mother-in-law visits from Berger and I send her a list of paints that she can bring from Outland, and every time I put a fake paint name on the list since the names are all strange and she has no clue. Name some of the paints names, Karl.
You have Norgal Green, Gunmetal,
Gunmetal Steel or something. You have some...
should remember more of those.
You have the Earth one. Okay, Albert, Torben, list off your favorite names of the paints, because you guys know all these. I'd have to go and get the bin over there, but by the time I do that, they'll have already listed a ton of them. But I kind of like this. Okay, so if you're just putting one made-up name on the list for her to get, and there's so many paints on the shelves to pick, if you're going to sit there and try to find Earth Brown or whatever, or terrestrial green or whatever the hell it's called. If you try to look these on the shelf, you can see the small print. I can just see her going up to the counter. Yes, my son-in-law says he needs rainbow bright pink. And the guy probably going, maybe this pink.
I seem to remember wrong. The flatbread might be more of a Norwegian thing than it is American thing. No, it is a Swedish thing. This is the type that most Norwegians buy.
Oh, the corny one. This is horrible. Okay, it's backwards, but yeah. Anyway, it's basically like the thin one, the Vasa Thins. That one tastes like wallpaper.
It's really thin. And say, for instance, if you are eating fish, you would take 2 pieces of this, put a little layer of butter on it, and then you take fish and potato from your plate and put on it, and you make like a closed sandwich with 2 of them. Called the fiskebete in Norwegian, and it's really good.
A fish beta? A beta fish?
Fish bite.
Fish bite, okay. Torben says, today I asked for Necron alloy, Runefang steel, and Mother's Tanga purple.
2 of them are real, one is not.
The Mother's Tanga purple. I mean, I'm not sure if which bread is more dense, flatbread, or maybe the other one, kind of like a roti or naan. Naan bread would be similar to the polar bread, but different spice. Brutus says, my South African family actually has a family recipe for American spoon bread. So yummy. What in the hell is American spoon bread? That might be... Oh, I've been out of the country for a while. Spoon bread. But it does kind of sound a little familiar, but what the hell is that? Okay, that's from the southern states. I don't know what this crap is, but they would eat that in the South. It literally looks like a hot dish of bread. I've never heard of this before, but the yellowness in it has me thinking corn, which means southern states. But they also eat grits. We don't have grits in the north. You'd be hard-pressed to find them. Let's see. Turn the camera back. It looks like cornbread, but that you eat it with a spoon I haven't seen before. I'm learning new things. Way to teach me about my culture, Peruta. I need to... Definitely southern. Okay, Lindsay's going for that one. All right, that's why. Audra writes, you should call... Oh, no. Nikki says you should call one Karl Gray. That could work. And horny one, says Audra. I don't know if you're referring to this one or a color. No, she's doing hot laps. She'll settle down. She usually settles down right when we get off of YouTube. So I think some of this she just does because we're ignoring her. Because as soon as YouTube is off, then she's just like, cuddle. Hot laps. Round and around. We should probably get going and give her some attention. It's 9 o'clock now, so. Here we go. Albert says, Mefston Red, Leadbelcher. That was another one. Abaton Black, White Fang, and Wraithbone. Yeah. Bread corny equals horny. Ah, this is what Outdoor was saying. Corny bread, is that horny bread?
I just read up on a little bit on the flatbread.
Get some and you can try it out? Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
It's traditionally Norwegian. The place of origin is Norway. It's unleavened. There is no yeast in it, which makes it last forever. So traditionally, they would only bake it twice a year. Once during spring and then again during autumn. Because it only lasts 6 months when it is, if it is stored correctly.
Yeah. But it's so dry, it tastes like paper.
Yeah, but the bread isn't the point here. The bread is just a medium to get your fish and your potatoes to your mouth here, woman.
Oh, okay. So it's like an edible spoon.
Kind of, yeah. It's the Norwegian stiff tortilla.
Nikki said schnozcumber green. Lindsay said, I thought of it as cornbread with lots of milk in it so that it's almost a pudding consistency. The spoon bread. It's spoon bread because you eat it with a spoon. That is the weirdest. Yeah, that's the weirdest. They have some weird stuff in the south versus the north, though. But we just have potatoes and meat, salt and pepper. Okay,
Hey,
we should probably get. Come on, Carla. There was a couple more. Mechanicus Standard Gray, Uriel Yellow, and Sharsnik Green. Oh my god. I gotta see some of these lists that you were sending.
Sounds like real ones.
Those are real ones. That's Albert that said those. Anyway, now we're gonna go give her a little bit of a break. Probably give you guys a break too.
Yeah. Now, as soon as I sit down in front of my computer, she will absolutely, by all the spirits of the universe, be on my keyboard.
Abaddon Black and Spunk White. Spunk White, not for kids. That can't be right.
That I think might be an invented word. But this is Games Workshop we are talking about here, so it's
I was gonna say, but you know what
entirely
spunk is
possible.
slang for in the United States, right?
You know what I saw in England in Warhammer shop?
Yeah.
They have these scented candles named after the Chaos Gods.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was just looking at them and going, who in the flying fuck would buy a Nargle scented candle?
A Nargle scented. What does a Nargle smell like?
He's the god of plague and decay. What do you think?
Yeah. Lindsay says a lot of southern U.S. recipes are from the Civil War and sharecropper era's ways to spread nutrition as far as possible. We would have cornbread if they were, well, it lasted for a bit longer. Oh, there we go. She's got the belly rub now. She's feeling good. The mustard of childish surprise. Me, Spunk White, not for kids, says Nikki. See, they agree with me. War Boss Green, Balthazar Gold. No Melkar, just Balthazar Gold. Yeah.
Yeah, not the
Or Gaspar.
chief magician in the Empire in fantasy is a gold magician called Balthazar Gelt. So I would think that one is probably a real one.
Well, she just wants her belly rubbed. There you go. Now she's a happy camper. She's
Yeah, as long as your hand is moving, she's happy.
Yeah, no, you can't sit still. And then she's also ticklish too. She wants her belly rubbed, but she's ticklish. So if you don't do it quite right, then she'll start
Attacking your hand.
kangaroo attacking you. Yeah. No Vaseline pink. Add that to the list for your mother-in-law to find. For example, my family's cornbread recipes uses bacon drippings. Okay, maybe the Southerners do have some good ideas. That
Other
could be good.
Southerners have very good food culture compared to you guys.
Yeah, we meet what? Because we eat the same crap you guys do,
Exactly.
except for the.
You remember the
Cod roll-
the crab
cod.
cakes and gumbo we made?
Oh, that's from the
a couple of
south
years
too.
ago.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Ah,
These people know their food.
I think we have crab meat in the freezer.
I want to make gumbo again.
Okay, we have to make gumbo again without okra though, because that's like snot. But we used zucchini and that was good.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I just need to get out to the coast so I get my hands on the crab.
Okay, we can do that. But anyway, we should probably go. Next Saturday, 7 o'clock. I would like to say 6:30, but we're finding that pretty difficult
If we get
because
crabs,
Karl needs to do a 30-minute poop.
meaning the sea animal, not communicable disease. We should probably make.
Not for kids.
We should try to make it so that we can make the gumbo while we are standing on YouTube.
You have 4 hours to do that?
No, we won't be done,
Yeah.
or we won't. We
You're
won't
gonna have to
start
clean
and be
the
done
kitchen,
in one
then.
YouTube something. We don't have to use our kitchen. We can use the Freeman room
Yeah, that's
and
true.
have the free labor clean after us.
That's not free labor. That's me.
No, it's
No,
Freeman.
it's not free labor. That's me. If we don't clean up, I do. Fuck you. Okay, now it's time to look. We got hearts from that one. They agree with me over there, laughing, and if somebody's spamming
but
the button
agree
because
with
you
me.
just got your ass. Free labor. That's not free labor. That's me. You just think it magically gets cleaned up?
It does.
It's like his iced coffees. They're all over the place, but suddenly they're all put away.
Magically.
Fuck you. Okay, anyway, now we're going to really go because I need to beat his ass, and I don't think YouTube will let me keep this up if I do. Now, but we'll see you next Saturday, 7 o'clock. We'll say it's 7 o'clock. A little bit earlier if we're quick and he gets off the toilet, but...
Possibly. Don't blame my toilet woman. You make your link at sometime after 6.
There's nothing to do with me. No, Robert had to go a little early, but he's going to catch the rest of the steam later, so I'm going to say it definitely snuck up on him. Now he's starting to slur over there. See you, Osman! Skål! And cheers. Now, okay, we got to go. See you.
Bye.